This video we're going to be looking at representing fractions, and sometimes we will also be able to reduce a fraction. If you look at the slides that I attached in Google Classroom, you'll notice that for representing, the first few pictures are circles. But honestly, this representation is much easier to draw. When you represent fractions, all the parts need to be the same size, and so this is much easier to measure out. So before I started the video, I created 7 parts, and that is from the denominator. This fraction is about sevenths. So again, the vocabulary word is denominator. And that is why I drew 7. Second part of representing is to shade, and that is for the numerator. So I am going to shade 3 out of 7. Pause for a second. Actually, let me pull up a little. And now pause. This second example, if you notice, the denominator is 15. And now you can really appreciate why I drew these ahead of time, because I needed to create 15 equal parts. And now I am going to shade, based on the numerator, 10 of those. Okay, so I've got my 10 shaded. Now I'm going to look at the idea of reducing. And if you studied the flashcards, they show an example where you reduce using the number 2, and another example where you reduce using the number 6. And that maybe is the biggest challenge about reducing, because you've got to figure out, what number can I use? What number divides evenly into both the numerator and the denominator? Now in this example, the best number to use is the number 5. So rest my elbow down here. Ten made into groups of 5 will create 2, and 15 made into groups of 5 will create 3. Down here in my diagram, I'm actually going to show those groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull up a little higher here. So if you take a look, in purple I drew bubbles. 2 of my bubbles are colored in, that's the numerator. And I have 3 bubbles in all, that's the denominator. So my simplified fraction is 2/3. In our classroom, I'm going to attach a multiplication chart, because sometimes scanning the chart will help you determine what number to use for the division step. Be well.